A lot of animals suffered at the time during the 1970s. What this cat suffered from, of course, that beautiful coat, was a very important thing for the fashion industry. And these animals were heavily hunted for that purpose. You can take a look at your screens, look just to see how many cats had to be killed for those beautiful coats. Very unfortunate situation. And because they are so small, it took up to 12 to 15 cats for a single coat. So these guys had a very serious problem back in the 70s. But now what they're worrying about, not so much the fashion industry, is habitat loss, which is a lot of the animals that we're worrying about today. These guys require a very specific amount of habitat. It's called thorny scrub, and they require quite a lot of it. So what's important to do now is to preserve their habitat so these guys can still survive. Now natively right now they're found in Brazil and South America, and they are actually still found in the United States. Believe it or not, at one point in time this cat's range did include the United States, pretty much throughout the southeastern United States, but unfortunately now they are just found in a few spots in Texas or a national wildlife refuge, but this cat does exist right here in the United States. So it's important to understand what we need to do to preserve them. And in Texas we're working with private landowners and different government organizations to do as much as we can to preserve their habitat, because they do require quite a lot of it. Now with the ocelot, just like any other predator, got all his teeth and all his claws in here, what we use in the show. So that's pretty impressive that Cindy can have a jump to her just like that, isn't it? Round of applause for that. So these guys, in the wild, they would eat lots of different items, small mammals, small birds and things, maybe even a snake or two on occasion. They are a very efficient predator. They've got excellent climbing and leaping abilities, as you can see, that they will use to their benefit. So I certainly hope we have introduced you to some of our amazing animal friends. I know all of us here in the show department are very proud of our animals, and we love to answer any questions that any of you might have about our animal friends. We invite you after the show to come down and speak with us about anything else that you might like to know. And you also want to check your schedules. Our next event is going to be at 11:30, and that's going to be an alligator bay feeding. You don't want to miss that. Right over here, we're going to come down and hand feed some of our alligators, so please check that out as well. Thanks again, everyone, for coming down to Planet Predator, and have a great rest of your day.